Alright gang, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Scotland. Now, this is a carryover from where we kind of left off in the Barker Family Farm series. Took some time off and decided to move to Scotland. Now, why Scotland? Well, there's a couple of reasons for that. One, I have some family ties. Some of my background is in Scotland. Two, I had a friend over here and got me in contact with somebody and well, quite frankly, I purchased a abandoned, rundown fish farm. I really don't know what to expect. We've got the GPS on. We're heading that way now. I sold everything that we kind of had for the most part where we left off when I got over here. I did ship my Case International over here, and I bought this trailer when I got over here. And, yeah, I decided I was just going to, uplift my whole life and move to Scotland and kind of start fresh and anew just because of the way things kind of went down in Ohio in the Barker Family Farm series and how that series ended. And if you haven't watched it, I recommend you do so. But how that series ended and the sadness that ended, I just wanted to get out of there for a little while. And so I decided to move to Scotland. So here we are. We are in Scotland. Don't know much about Scotland other than what I've seen on the TV and online. But yeah, we'll make our way through. We'll figure this out as we move along. So basically, this is ours. I bought Skyefin Aquafarm. This was established in 1998, evidently, but as you can tell, it is kind of run down. There's a lot of stuff laying around here. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to move any of this stuff or not, but if we can, I would love to clean all this up and make it look a little bit better. But let's just pull over here to the side and turn this off and take a look and see what we got here. So we have a Aquafarm tent here, which I'm assuming nothing is currently working. Nope, no active productions, which that's kind of what I expected, right? Some leftover netting here, some boats out here, some dinghy boats out here, a couple of areas for, I guess, to sit and eat your lunch or whatever. Some stanchions, trash bins over here, an old forklift, which evidently does not run or I can't get into it. Some more stuff all over the ground here. Actually, a couple of cars here. Now, I don't know if they're here for one reason or another. I don't know if they're in part of this building or what. I don't know what this building is. This building, I do not believe is mine, even though it is technically in the property that I purchased. I do not think it's mine. Nope, there's Byron and Walter and Alfred. They're all here. Yeah, so that's really all we owe. We don't have a ton of money in our account either, as you can see. I spent a lot of money on this place. A lot of money. $15,860 to be exact. We'll take a look over here. I don't know if we can maybe potentially sell this boat, although it doesn't really look like it's in that great of shape, but I would think it could still possibly float. We've got a lot of nets over here. There's a lot of just junk just scattered around. A nice canoe here. Maybe we can take that out. That does look really nice, actually. A trailer of some sort, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to move that. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to be able to move out of the way here. There's a Manitou here, which this actually looks really new, like it could be utilized, and I do own this. They did tell me there is a forklift that does work, so it's clearly this one, because I'm moving it and everything works fine, started up perfectly. No problem at all. There's another canoe. Some more pallets. Another forklift, which I can't get into. It doesn't work, I guess. And yeah, just some more containers, I guess. So that's what we own. That is all we own. Now, let me give you a little bit more detail. Do a quick autosave here. Let me give you some more details about what we're going to be trying to do for this series. So, full transparency, if you watch the Barker Farm series, that has a lot of very close ties to real events that happened. This series will not. This series is a continuation of Z's adventure, Z's story, whatever you want to call it, but it's not going to have any kind of direct roots or ties to my real life like the Barker Family Farm series did. So I just want to get that out of the way first before we get started. Let's just look at the basic game settings, and then I'll talk a little bit further about what we're going to try to accomplish here and what my real goal is. So we have 3 times scale. We are on hard economy. It's going to stay on hard economy. Seasonal gross on, as it normally is. Days per month is 1. Fixed visual month off. Snows on. Crop destructions on. Periodic plowing and field stone are both off. We're going to have a little bit of fun with this. I don't want to have to worry about those. Weeds, as always, they're on. Disaster destruction is enabled. Dirt, I have it on slow. I don't really want to worry about that. Same with the fuel usage; those are on low. That's on low. Everything else is off as you would expect. We do have precision farming on for this series, and those are the basic settings. Now, what are we going to be attempting to do here? What are we going to try to do here? Well, really, what we're going to attempt to do is breed fish. Now, right now, to actually get these fish started, I can make salmon and trout right now. To make those, I have to go buy fish food. Now, fish food is not outrageously expensive, but it's not cheap by any means either. So, to get this fish food, to get this aquafarm going the way that I want to do it, I want to make fish food myself. Meaning, I have to produce the fish food, everything that needs required to make fish food in a production myself versus just going and buying it outright at the store. It will, in the long run, be cheaper to do that than just buying it outright, but that is my main goal here. I want to try to make a successful fish aqua farm here, and we've got the starting for that. Obviously, this is going to hopefully make us a little bit of money. It's not a ton of money, but a little bit of money as we move along. But really, our goal is to kind of get there. Now, you might be asking, well, this is a brand new DLC. This is a brand new thing. How do you do that? Well, I'm glad you asked. If you go into the help menu here, it kind of tells you about aquaculture and what has to be done, right? So, fish food. To raise fish, you will need fish food. You can buy it in the shop, which is what we're going to be doing right now, or in the warehouse. You can also make it yourself in the fish food factory. That requires flour, soybeans, and oil. So we're going to make those three things to make our own fish food, which means we've got to have some crop fields that we're going to have to be able to do that. We're going to have other equipment to get there, etc. Fish breeding, which is what we're going to be doing right now, to breed fish for income, build the fish breeding facility. We have that. And deliver fish food to the designated areas of the facility. The fish will increase production. It will then produce juvenile salmon and trout appearing in boxes, which is what we're going to start this series off with doing. At that point, you can then deliver those crates of juvenile fish to offshore aquariums and place them on the green platform. Adult fish will then spawn next to the platform, when you can then use the crane to eventually load and sell those. So that is something that's going to happen down the line, but for now, our main goal is to get some fish food and get the fish breeding going. Transporting the fish, use the forklift to sell the crates of fish at the fish market, or use the crane to load them onto the big cargo ship to deliver to offshore aquafarm. There you can raise them into adult fish to increase your profits. So that's a further stage down the line. Probably right off the bat here, once we actually get some fish going, we're going to actually just sell those at the fish market, more than likely, and then eventually we will move to doing the offshore aqua farm. That's my goal. That's what I want to do here. I want to bring this aqua farm back into its heyday, if you will, and get it back in going. Now, the big problem that I'm going to see right now is we don't really have an easy way for us to be able to get fish food here. What I'm tempted to do is put down some kind of a buying point here in this area. We've got a lot of area here, and I'm also tempted to see if it'll let me, and I don't think it will, but if it'll let me remove any of this stuff. Demolition mode, it will not let me remove any of this stuff. Unless I'm missing a trigger or something like that, this stuff, unfortunately, well, I don't want to sell that, and this stuff, unfortunately, is going to be here to stay. Which sucks. I don't know if I would remove this and re-put it back down if it would fix itself, but I don't really want to do that in case the whole Skyefin thing goes away. I don't really want that to go away. I've kind of trying to build a bit of a brand around that. I'm working on, I don't know if the logo that you see right now on this thumbnail, or that you saw to click on this, is going to stay or not, but I'm working on trying to make a brand out of this Skyefin thing here. I want to try to do this right. So anyway, work in progress. It might change, as I guess is what I'm trying to get at, but it's a work in progress right now. Nonetheless, welcome to Scotland, and welcome to Skyefin Aquafarms. This is going to be a fun one, gang. It's going to be a long one, because it's going to take me a long time to be able to get enough money up together to start buying crop fields and then equipment that we need and be able to get everything set and going here. More than likely what I'm going to end up doing, right now this is a production chain that we own, right? More than likely what I'm going to end up doing, which, let me pull over here to the side really quick. More than likely what I'm going to end up doing here is buying, where is it? the fish food factory here. That's more than likely what I'm going to end up doing. It's just buying the one on the map itself instead of putting my own down. I really haven't done any of that. I normally put my own stuff down, so I think I want to change it up a little bit and buy the ones that are on the map. So more than likely, my goal is to buy that, and then from there, get the stuff we need to be able to make that fish food. Now, where is the fish food factory? Well, that's a great question. I don't know. Let's tag it. I really don't know the map very well. It just came out today, as a matter of fact, at the time of this recording. So if I wanted to buy this, it's $270,000. So it's not cheap. Not cheap by any means. We'll go visit it really quick. But it's over here. And yeah, quite large. So we've got a ways to go before we get to that point. But here's the fish market where I think I can sell the fish at. So we're going to get really familiar with this whole thing right here. We're going to get really familiar with this whole area. But there is a forklift down here. It almost seems like this might be one we could potentially get into. It doesn't look as old and just kind of... this looks like a legitimate forklift. Can I get into this? I can get into it. And I can start it. Okay. So there's a forklift here that's able to be used. On the map, it shows up. But if I flip through between two things here, I can't flip to it. So I can utilize it, but I can't own it. Or I don't own it, I guess is what I should say. But anyway, so that's kind of our goal here, is we're going to be working towards trying to get that fish food production, then get all the stuff we need and require to be able to make that fish food ourselves, which then can be transported to our fish farm itself, turn it into the fish itself, and then move from there, right? Just continue up that progress. So that's the main goal here. That's what I want to try to accomplish with this series. How's everyone doing? After all of that, I rambled for quite a while. Hopefully you're all doing well. Now, where is the shop on this location? I feel like... is this it? I don't think that's it, is it? It's got to be like here or here. It doesn't really tell me, does it? Well, I'm going to go this way and hang a left here. Maybe we'll just run it. Whoop, we're in the grass. Maybe we'll just run it. There's somebody out here camping. Maybe we'll just run into it. We can explore the map a little bit, right? This map is brand new. It just came out, so we really don't know. I need to remember, I got to be on the left side. I got to remember this. This is going to take me a minute, gang. I am from America. I'm now living in Scotland, and I have got to get used to driving on the left side of the road. I feel like if there ever is a period of time, I don't know if I ever will get over there. I would love to, but if I ever get over to Britain, Scotland, Wales, whatever, if I ever get over there, I feel like maybe playing this game might help me a little bit with remembering that I need to be driving on the left side of the road. I feel like that has to be, at least the first day or two, it has to be a struggle to remember to do that. Whoa. I guess I just go straight here. These little mini roundabouts, they make me a little nervous too. We're starting to get roundabouts in America, but we don't have that many roundabouts. So it's a little bit of a struggle there. Okay. I'm kind of getting lost here, gang. I don't know where I'm going here. I think this is it. That looks like a shop to me. Let's take a look. Yeah, that is definitely a shop. This is a shop for sure. There's another... Ooh, hopefully is that going to actually be something we can use, or is it just a fake one again? It looks like a fake one again. Why do they have all these fake ones in here if I can't utilize them? Dang it. Alright, well, we're going to have to buy some fish here. Look at this. You can actually go into this one. This is kind of cool. Alright, so what's in the used market? Actually, that's pretty nice right there. That's actually really nice right there. I mean, there's some really nice stuff out here in the used market. Anyway, stop getting distracted, Z. Stop getting distracted. Let's buy the fish food. That's what we need. We don't have a whole lot of money, so we're just going to have to deal with what we got for now. And then we're probably going to have to run and do some contracts, I think. Okay, so tree saplings. Here we go, fish food. And as you can see, they are not cheap. Not by any means are they cheap whatsoever. Now, the problem we are having here, there's no liftable pallets or bales mod available for the fish food yet. So, That means I'm going to have to figure out a way to do this by hand, which means I'm going to have to figure out a way to borrow... This is going to be expensive, isn't it? I don't think I'm willing to go more than 4 right now. We might chew through those super quickly, but I want to keep a little bit of money. Now, we don't have a loan or anything like that. I don't think we talked about that yet. We don't have a loan of any sort, so that's a good thing, right? That's one less thing we have to worry about. At least with buying this abandoned fish aqua farm, I didn't have to, you know, take out another loan or anything like that. We are allowed to take out a loan if we want to, but I'm attempting to not do it as much as possible. I think what I'm going to do here, instead of driving all the way back over here and getting our forklift, I'm just going to borrow this forklift from here and bring it to the shop for the time being. We're not going to be doing anything with this right now, and maybe they will yell at me, maybe they won't. Who knows? I'm still going to borrow it, I think. I guess I'll get a phone call if they don't if they don't want me to borrow this, or they're really mad about me borrowing this. I'm assuming they have more than one. There's all kinds of them around here. Hopefully they'll be okay with it. I can bring it back after I'm done. I won't take it for very long. I promise. I won't borrow it for very long. I'm on the wrong right side of the road again. There I am again, gang. I told you I was going to forget, and I already did. We're getting to see the bit of the harbor here, and you know, a little bit of the town here. It's really nice. I think I would, if it was real life, bear with me for a minute. I think I would like living here. I think it would be kind of fun. I'm not a big ocean person, and maybe that's just because of where I grew up, right? I like cold weather more than I do warm weather. Man, look at that bridge in the back. That is gorgeous back there. We're going to have to get over there and figure out where that's at. That is very, very pretty. Maybe we'll be able to buy some land over there eventually near that. I really... Man, look at that. That looks like... I mean, it's not. We're in Britain, so I guess it could be the same time period, but it looks like something you would think you would see like in Italy. Now, this is a nice big open grass area here. That would be nice to own, wouldn't it? There's the bridge in the distance there. That bridge way over there, you can see it. That's where we came in at. I did buy the trailer and sell everything else at a different location than this one. Obviously, that's why I was having a hard time finding the shop there. I bought it, or I sold it and bought that trailer at a town over. Just figured I would get rid of all that stuff then, and you know, not have to worry about it so much. Slow-moving machine here, but we are getting over here. It's all electric, which is different. I don't know if I can fill this up or fix the, you know, recharge the battery, I guess is what I should say. I don't know if I can do that at the same location as a normal gas station. I would assume you can. Well, that's an electric charging station, so maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. I guess they're at both, or most of them they're at both, I guess. There's some of them have electric charging stations by themselves, I guess. I think that's mostly because, and keep me honest if any of you are from the United Kingdom, Great Britain, Scotland, Wales, any of that stuff. I think there's some kind of a law that's coming down the line here for all of you that you have to be electric unless it's, you know, a car made prior to a certain, you know, year, which kind of stinks if you like old school cars or you like cars that have exhaust and stuff. I'm not trying to get into politics or anything like that. I don't really care that much about it. Just kind of stinks, man. It sucks that everything's going electric. I don't really like electric. It just sounds like this. Doesn't sound like anything. I like a sound. Anyway. We'll move this over here, then we'll move the case. I guess I should have turned the case off. I'm just sitting there letting it waste gas, but oh well. Then we'll move the case back here so that way we don't have to move as far as this. Maybe I'll call them up and say, hey, I borrowed your forklift and it's at the shop. If you need it back, let me know. I saw so many of them, I figured it was going to be okay. Since you know I'm going to be bringing stuff to you constantly and making you money as a middleman. Maybe they'll be alright with it. Who knows? We'll figure it out. Now, this is not the biggest trailer in the world, but, you know, we don't have a whole lot of money, so it'll do the trick for the time being. And I didn't really know what I was working with, right? I told you that. When I sold everything and bought all this stuff, I mean, I kind of bought it without looking at it, which is a bit scary to do to begin with. But I trusted my friend. He said it's in okay shape, and I feel like okay shape is a correct statement for what we saw. It's not perfect. It's not terrible, though. We can probably make it work. Definitely needs some cleanup, but, you know, depends on if it allows us to do it or not. Didn't look like it was going to. Alright, that's done. Appreciate you letting me borrow that. Let's bring this back, and we can start getting our production going here and making some actual fish food, huh? Alright, we've got the fish food back here. We just got to get them off the straps here and put them into the location, which I think is right here where we'll accept them, I think. So let's jump in here and let's get them moved. And hopefully we can get this stuff started. Now, I don't know if I want to do both fish or just one fish. I have no idea what I should be doing here. This is as much a learning experience for me as it is you. Let's get a little zoom in here so I can actually see what I'm doing here. Perfect. Easy peasy lemon squeezy so far, man. Alright, so I think it's just here. I mean, they haven't accepted it yet, but maybe it's because it's on the forks. I just accepted one. This one's just being a little bit of a nuisance here, isn't it? There we go. Let's put this back over here out of the way. We can get them started. Take a look at them, get them started. Now, I don't have anywhere specifically to sleep. Like I said, I don't think I own that. Maybe I do. I probably need to talk to somebody about if I own that or not. I don't know what these cars are doing here. Well, I guess I shouldn't really worry about it. This is really what I bought it for anyway, right? Okay, so we've got 8,000 liters of fish food in there. It actually holds 30,000. There are, what is young salmon versus young salmon times 2? I guess multiplied? Cost per month? Yeah, multiple cycles per month. Okay. I'm not really going to be doing that. I don't want to spend the extra money right now. We really don't have the money to spend right now. So we're going to do trout and salmon. Why not? And I'm going to put them on storing. They are chewing through it quickly already. They've already gone through a couple of liters, but, you know, they're going to start making that for us, and that's going to be great, right? And they'll start spawning there. Now, you might be saying to yourself, well, what are you going to do now, Z? You've got everything you could do with what you own, and you're correct. I have. There's nothing else specifically for us to do. We can do some contracts, though. I said that from the beginning. We are allowed to do contracts. We are going to do contracts. We're going to have to do contracts for us to be able to try to you know, progress here a little bit. Now, what I would like to do, I think, we don't have a ton of money to spend, right? So what I'm trying to get at is as much as I would like to do maybe, you know, some of these other things like fertilizing and spraying, because I'm one of those people that do like to do those. I know some people don't. It does cost us money to you had to buy the fertilizer, solid fertilizers. We got to buy the herbicide, right? And so, I don't really want to do that right now. The other option we have here is to do some hoeing. We could do a harvest. $5,000. The 2 hoeing contracts will take us to, well, pretty much the same, $5,500. Wood transport, I don't want to do that, quite frankly. There's some baling contracts here. That one's a huge field. That's right next to us. I think this is a lot. That's a lot. We've got to move a lot of things over there. I think I would prefer to do something where I can do it in one fell swoop. So whether that's the hoeing or the baling, I think is what we're looking at right now. The baling or the hoeing. The baling has a lot more money to it, but we just recently did some baling on other series. We haven't done hoeing in a while on the other series. So let's do the hoeing contract. I don't know which one. 4 and 47. How far away are 4 and 47 here? 47 is really far away. 4 is very close. We're going to go with 4. 4 is very, very close. Yeah, let's do 4. I mean, maybe I should do both of them, but for right now, let's just do 4. I'm going to borrow the items, so it's going to take away $1,000. Oh, man, that's not even worth it. They must have fixed all of the equipment cost prices here. Well, no, maybe not all of them. There's still some in here that are very inexpensive, so maybe not. Now there's 2 harvesting ones out there. Well, we're going to do this one anyway. It's only going to give us $1,000, but it's $1,000, right, that we didn't have. So we'll borrow the items, and I might do the other one too. I might. I just might. Nice little JCB fast track here. I do like a JCB. We just don't utilize them very often. Alright, so field 4. Where are we going here to get to field 4? So out, and then to the left, and then a right. Look at that church in the distance there, and that whole city there. That looks pretty cool. Alright, so left here. And then right here. And then it's kind of up here on the right side, I guess? Yeah, I guess we need to turn right up here by where this house is. And we're going to go into that field right there, which has tram lines in it. Almost got smoked by that fence. Right, this is not a very big field. This shouldn't take us very long to do this. I'm going to turn the lines on here. There we go. Didn't have it set up properly the first time. Just because, you know, I'm not very familiar with this field yet. Alright, we're underway. Nice. So this won't take too long. I might end up doing the other contract too, just because. That will produce a little bit more money for us, and we can use this same thing for it. I know it's really far away, but we would be able to see a little bit more of the map that way, I guess. We'll see. I may or may not do it. We'll see, but let's get this field done. All right, we are done with both those contracts. I decided to do both of them, obviously, so we can go ahead and turn those in, get a little bit of money back in our bank account, which is going to be great for us. After the quick autosave here is done, we'll go ahead and collect and collect. Perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and, speaking, before we jump any further, from what I've seen of this map, I think it's my favorite map they've ever made. I love this map so far. It's fantastic. The bridge over there, I really, really enjoyed that with the water and everything and the mountains in the background. I definitely want to try to move over there and have, you know, our house, yard, whatever, our farming operation over there. I think that would be a fantastic spot for it. But with that, we are going to leave this episode here, gang. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would greatly appreciate it. And in case you have yet to do so, smash that like and subscribe button for me. Both those things help me out an absolute ton. If you have any thoughts, questions, comments, or ideas, feel free to let me know down below in the comments. I'm happy to get back to you on those. Thank you to my members. Cannot thank you guys enough. There's a link down below if you are interested in that. You get early access to videos like this one, among other perks. Discord's down there as well. I have been not as active on the Discord until a couple of days ago as I had liked to been. Multiple reasons for that I've mentioned a number of times. I'm not going to go into here, but work's been work. So getting into back groove on that, though. So if you're interested in that, check that out. I share videos for this channel plus my other channel, which is not farming or simulation related. So if you're interested in that, I always post that stuff out there. So give that a check and follow, whatever. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for your continued support. It means the world, man. We hit 9,000 subscribers just the other day, which is absolutely insane. I'd never expected to hit 9,000 in such a short period of time. We've only been doing this channel for a very brief period of time, in my opinion. At least compared to my other channel, for sure. So, once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.